It is a beautiful morning here in the mountains of southern Appalachia. We thought it was going to be really rainy, and I do see some dark clouds over there, so the rain may be coming back. But all day yesterday, it was the nicest, most beautiful rain. We had rain even the night before too, and it's just been wonderful to have that rain. One of my friends said it was a growing rain. I thought, you are so right, it is a growing rain. And even this morning, I'm just amazed at how much things have just jumped up. Our plants, flowers, the trees, everything. It's just amazing. So even though it's wet, Matt and I have come outside. He's going to help me plant some flowers. We're just planting flowers today. So I grabbed some of the ones, I've grabbed some seeds, but some of the ones are that we need to still plant are the ones we got from Satterfield's. I'm really hoping, we don't have much time before dinner here, but to plant the ones I wanted to plant in front of the cabbage down there. So the ones I got from Satterfield's was the gazinias. I want to put those down there. But then in between those, I want to plant some seeds. So I just grabbed a handful of seeds. I've got some calendula, so I could use that. And I've got some, Linda Curtis sent me some marigolds, and I might plant those somewhere. I'm not sure what I'm going to put down there, though. I kind of want the tall ones down there. I do have some sunflowers, but I'll probably hold off on these, and I've been planting them at the end of some of our rows, but we don't even have the rows planted yet, so I'll probably hold off on those. I've got some cottage pinks, and some of these I may put, there's a few containers back here that still don't have anything in them, so I could put back here. Candy Tuft, and they're dwarf, so those would be great for a container. And a dwarf sunflower, those might be really pretty up there with the gazinias though, because they actually got, when I planted them last year, they got 2 to 3 feet tall, so they're not like tiny, so I might put those up there. That's a maybe. And I had, this is one that I've never grew before, and Sherry sent me this. Firecracker is a firecracker. It's like red little blooms on it. This was a marigold, and it was burning embers, and I think it's a taller one. Yeah, 12 inches tall. So I don't know though if that one would go up there. Nasturtiums, of course, you know I'm going to plant some of them somewhere. Chicory, that was another thing I thought would be really pretty up there. I can feel inside, there's not very many, but there's a few seeds. And then these were the ones I was thinking about. I have a tall straw fat flower mixed. I'm going to put some of those up there maybe. And then I had some more Candy Tuft. I planted these last year, and they were really, really beautiful. Janet sent me these. I didn't plant all of them, though. I was trying to see how high they get. Oh, they don't get that. Oh, they could get up to a foot, so I don't know. Maybe I'll put those back here again. Then I had some dahlias, but these are the dwarf ones, so I won't put those. And these are phlox. Isn't that a pretty color of phlox? Isn't that lovely? So I'm going to put those up there in the front with the straw flowers and the gazinias. And then I think that's all I had. I thought I had some old maids. I may have to go back in and find them. I didn't get any of my out here with any of my old maids. Anyway, we're going to do that part up there first, and then I might try to plant some back here in some of the little containers. But it's all flowers today. So this little narrow space between the cabbage and the rocks is where I want to plant the flowers. Binks is after something. He stopped to look at me and then took off. But this is where we're going to plant some of them. So Matt's going to get me some of the compost and put out there, and then I'll just have to figure out what to put where. I'm going to space out the gazinias, and then for the rest of it, I'm just going to plant with abandon and see what happens. I said I could be weeding while you go get the compost.
Wheelbarrow full?
Yeah. So while Matt's gone to get it, I'll start weeding out, because we're going to plant as close as we can to the rocks out through here. I should have got go back and get my knife. I said knife, I didn't mean knife, I meant my hoary. It does have like a serrated edge, and then on this side it's got just a straight edge. So it does cut a little bit, but it is the best thing to weed with, because you can get down in there and really get the whole weed. Good to plant with too, but I really, really like using these. I have a couple of them. I've used them for several years, and I really love them. Just something you can hold on to easy.
You want me to cover these up, though, do you?
Oh, it don't matter. Cover them up. If you notice that I left some of the weeds. It's not really a weed, it's a little flower. It's like a succulent almost, and I don't know the name of it, but I have it everywhere. I got it from my aunt many years ago, and it's just spread. It never gets, it's like a ground cover, it never gets big, and it has a little yellow bloom. Not really showy, but it does bloom yellow. So I just left it. You can pull it up, and I swear by the next day it'll be back. But it's not really one of the ones that's invasive that I care about, because it just stays so low to the ground, and it is pretty. It's a pretty little, you know, it's real green and succulent looking, real healthy looking, so that's why I left it. Now I got to figure out how I want to spread out the gazinias. So I have 12 of them, so I can space them out pretty good, I think. And then in between, I'll just come back and plant some of the seeds. They're a little closer on that end than they are this end, but I think that'll be good, because when you're driving up, you'll be able to see them. You'll be able to see them from the driveway there. So when I went back in to look for the zinnias, the old maids, I found some candy striped ones. Allison sent me some of these. I found some apricot nasturtiums. I'm going to plant those up there. I won't need those. And that was some phoenix nasturtiums. I can't remember what color that is, but I've already opened it, so I should finish that one out, probably. And then I found some ageratum seeds. So I have ageratum growing a lot of places up through here. It's the purple ageratum. This says red flint. So I didn't even know it come in red, so I want to try that. Then I found some apricot asters. I'll plant those. I've grew these before. The green zinnias, envy, they're really pretty. And this was just a pink one, really pretty. And I think this was from the one from Allison, just all the colors. So those will be really pretty. So I probably got too many seeds for too small an area, but I'm just going to go for it and see what happens. Got bugs in my face. So I planted every packet, all of them, except this one. I'm going to plant it down towards the bottom, but I need more. I've run out of seeds. So let me get my little thing here. I guess I could do, there's some more zinnias. I'll do those for sure. I got maybe just the zinnias and the sunflowers these are dwarf. Of course, the last time I planted dwarf cosmos, they got as tall as I am. So let's see what else. Maybe I'll try, this is from Linda Curtis too. This is, I think it's stock or gilly flowers. So, smells great. Lasts all years, reseeds many a year, love it. Okay, thank you, Linda. We'll try that one down there. And then I have a lot of others I could try, but let's see how far I get with those. Actually, now okay. I guess this is good. I'm already thinking different, but I said I was going to plant with abandon, didn't I? So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to plant Linda's gilly flowers right here.
Is that what you said?
I said that.
I'm scared.
You're scared? Okay. And I'm going to have to go back. Wait on me, Matt, and I'll go back and find one more. So I went back and found some that I had saved. I'm not sure if that's I don't think that's an old maid. Not a Cosmo either. What am I trying to think of? That one is an old maid. Lord, I hope I'm not planting bee balm. I may have.
A little bit like fescue seed.
Let's see. I think that's I don't even know what in the world that one is. Let's just plant them though. I said I was planting with abandon. That'll be a mystery. And then I got more of Linda's. I'm going to do the marigolds in the last little place. And that was perfect. Come out perfect. Now we just have to go back and cover them up. We didn't even use this.
Didn't use what? That?
Yeah, or did you? Oh, okay, I didn't notice. Or you think you'll use it again, or we can just throw them on top? Okay. I didn't even notice Matt using the mat. That worked out good. Helps your knees, of course. It helps mine. I use it a lot. But also because it's so wet today. It's looking rainy again, but maybe we'll get this part done. Yeah. You just don't know how happy that makes me to have that done. I hope it all comes up and it's just beautiful. I've been trying for 3 years to have like a long border of beautiful flowers beside the garden. So maybe this will be the year. Maybe it'll actually work this year. I hope.
You better tell that fella at weed eats here to watch where he's putting the
Yeah,
weed eater.
you better. You can't put it on the yon side of the rocks for sure. It'll be hard for you to once these weeds start growing.
Yep.
I'm really excited about that though. Now I got a few more to do up here. Maybe now the sky's blue again. I thought it was going to rain on us, but maybe I can get that done and then we'll be done. Sound good to you?
Mm-hmm.
So I come down to the spring things we had planted to see how they had grew after we had this growing rain, and I can't believe, I swear these have grew like 2 or 3 inches, and look, there's some radishes in there, so I'll be eating those pretty quickly. Another thing that's totally amazing, I swear they've grew 3 or 4 inches, is the lettuce and the cabbage that I planted in here, my experimental cabbage, and then on that end, those radishes, I need to pull those up. That one even looks like just overnight, like it's about to go to seed. You can see here's Matt's lumber for his shed. That's the next step of the shed sitting there. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that up. Let's see. Ooh, that was a white one. Let's see, oh, sometimes they do that. See that? And they don't even grow. But I'll take those in and we'll eat those. Let me get this one too. It's the same thing. See that little pitiful? There's another white one. There's one of the red ones. I'm just gonna pull that up too because it don't look like they're gonna make nothing. I wonder about that one. Nope. I don't know why sometimes radishes do that. If you know, please tell me. Now when I look over there at that lettuce, it gives me a great idea. Matt's been so kind to help me, and it's about dinner time. I wonder if I could make some quick Kilt lettuce, if I could get him to help me, cornbread, and we could open a jar of our beans, and we would have a wonderful dinner, spring dinner. I could get some of the green onions, or go get one of the Egyptian onions to go in it. Those are the beets over there that we planted, and they sure have grown since that rain too. I'll take all these in with me. I could throw some of those in our greens. I might do that. I have a lot going on in this bed already because of the irises and the lamb's ear, the anemone, the lilies, the yarrow, and all the poppies and the marigolds and the sunflowers that reseeded themselves from last year. I wonder if those sunflowers will stay true to form, like if they will still be dwarf or if they will be giant. We'll just have to wait and see on that, I guess. If they get giant, I may have to, you can't really move them once they get big though. Anyway, we'll see. And then I'm going to put some, I'm going to, just in a little place or two, I'm going to put some of the dwarf cosmos that I found. I'm going to scratch out and just put a little bit of those in there. And maybe even one or two of the nasturtiums right here in the front where those tulips were at. So that will be really nice to have the cosmos. I planted some nasturtiums, and then the other stuff already looks so beautiful. But I think we're going to go in and eat some dinner. How would you like a really good dinner, Matt?
I would.
How about some, I'll make a deal with you. If you fry some cornbread, I'll make us some Kilt lettuce, and we have a jar of beans already open. Does that sound good?
Deal.
Sounds like a plan. I'll have to go and harvest the lettuce. Won't take you no time to make cornbread. And warm up the beans.
Let's do it.
I think that'll be enough for just me and Matt. I think I'm just going to pick some of our green onions. They're awful little, but I just want them. I just want it to be fresh and wonderful this first time. Not that the Egyptian walking onions or the potato onions are not good and fresh. Maybe I should just get one of those. So I got three of them, and I think that'll be plenty. I'll use most of the greens too to flavor the Kilt lettuce. I got the lettuce washed. I'm just going to give it a rough chop. Chop up the little onions that I got, mix it all in together, season it with salt and pepper. We're just gonna, instead of making bacon or side meat, something like that, we're just gonna use our bacon grease since we're just doing this for dinner in a hurry. Add some pepper. We call this Kilt lettuce. People call it by different things, and people do it in different manners too. A lot of people add radishes and boiled eggs and like a vinegar dressing on it. Maybe a little touch of sugar for some people. But we just use the lettuce, the onions. Oh gosh, it smells so good too. I wish you could smell it. Salt and pepper, and then hot grease to wilt it, to kill it, is what we would say, kilt lettuce. We decided we'd just cook out here on the porch since it's such a simple little meal. Matt's done got the beans in a pot, and he's got his cornbread mixed up. We'll do the kilt lettuce last. Matt's got him some pickles, tomato pickles, hot tomato pickles. And I have those little radishes. I need to go back in and get them. I can eat them with mine. What'd you put in your cornbread? Just cornmeal?
Just cornmeal and the egg and milk and salt.
Cornmeal, egg, milk, and salt.
Uh-huh.
Some people call them, when you fry them like this, all different names. Fried cornbread even. A journey cake. Hoe cakes. Different areas call them different things. I hear thunder, maybe? Or is that just an airplane?
I don't know.
It's kind of like thunder rolling down below Murphy. Oh, that's going to be good. We've so enjoyed our beans that we canned. Matt said we need to get some more and can more because we're about out. Turns out Ira loves beans, so that can was open just in the refrigerator so that he could eat some of them whenever he wanted them. There's a few jars left, but we definitely need to do it again, don't we?
We certainly do.
Now we just gotta melt our bacon grease, and I think we'll be ready. That may be more than we need, but we'll just.
I got a little too much.
I think Matt got happy. You're thinking about making it for a bunch of people, but we'll just reuse it again. Matt and I love to save bacon grease and use it. And lots of times people ask me, do you leave it on the counter like your grandmother did, or do you put it in the refrigerator? We leave ours on the counter. But I will say that we use it fairly often. I mean, we're using it a lot. So I wouldn't like put it on the counter probably and leave it there for 6 months or something without using it. But we're constantly using it. But we do leave ours on the counter. I'm sure experts say you should put it in the refrigerator.
We are experts.
Are we experts? Experts for ourselves anyway. We aim to please ourselves, right?
I don't know. I'm a professional at being me, I can tell you that.
Yeah, well, there you go, expert at being yourself. Remove our milk out of the way, see if we got some popping and hissing. Don't put too much to start with. Boy, the bacon grease smells good itself. Probably a little bit more than that, Matt. Maybe a little bit more. Oh my goodness, you can smell those onions really warmed up. It's gonna be good. I'm just gonna start out with a half of a piece of cornbread. We had some pepper jelly for it, that'd be good too. And it's gonna let me go first, very nice. The star of the meal. And then I had my little radishes from the yard, which I think that's not a radish. I said it was. I think it's actually a turnip, but I'm going to eat it. So I got the radishes. Matt got some of his hot peppers. And you even poured some of the juice on your Kilt lettuce.
I did. I usually put lemon juice or vinegar on them, but we didn't have any, so I just put that hot pickle juice on them.
How is that so good? Just bacon grease, lettuce, and onions.
I don't know, but it's one of the best things it's ever been. My goodness,
It's
that's
a
good.
rite of spring. Oh, it's so good.
My goodness, that's just unreal.
And canning the beans is just the best thing we ever did.
Yep.
Because they're cooked like you cooked them.
For 2 days.
Yeah, they're so good. And of course, I know you can buy like Lux or Bush's or any of the brands, but these are just somehow special.
I'm almost ashamed to eat this good. Just almost.
Almost. We do eat good. We've turned into Pap and Granny. This is the kind of dinner they'd have.
You can't beat it.
Normally at dinner we fend for ourselves. I eat watermelon a lot, but this year I've yet to have one watermelon that was decent yet. Which I guess it's too early, I know, but
Too early in the year. Meal like this make you slick off for the summer, won't it?
yeah.
Like a old mare.
We sit on the back deck a lot and eat out there a lot. But the summer goes on, it gets way too warm since it's not covered, so it drives us to this porch.
Won't be long, this will be too warm to suit me.
Well, if Matt had known today was going to turn out to be so pretty, he would have been working on his shed.
Yep. There's some rain coming though here shortly, but I thought it was going to be raining this morning. The only thing to make that any better at all is about 3 pieces of good salty side meat to go with it.
Yeah.
We ain't had none of that lately. We need to find some.
What a fine day we've had.
Yep.
I got my flowers planted with abandon, and I'm hoping that it's just the prettiest flowers you've ever seen all summer. I've been trying for that since that year that Miss Cindy died. And that year I planted them down in the lower part of the garden, but still in my mind was one long strip's what I wanted. And we were staying with Miss Cindy night and day, you know, and in our last days, and it come a terrible rain. Remember that? It rained and it rained and it rained. Heavy, heavy rain, just a thunderstorm, like a summer thunderstorm. And it was probably a day or two before I got to come back over to look at everything, to actually take time to walk around the yard. And that heavy rain had caused a little, what do they call them, freshet?
Yeah.
A little gully washer of wherever it come from. It diverted into our garden, and it just wiped out that whole thing. It just went right over top of where the flowers were, just totally erased them. It was just like it was some excuse me, somebody had come in there with a spade and shoveled them out. So, and I planted some more that year, but then by that time she died in June. It was kind of too late to actually. I did have them though that year. It wasn't as beautiful as I wanted it to be, but I did have, because of that, I had flowers blooming way up till frost, you know, old maids. Anyway, and then last year I didn't get to do it because Granny was in the hospital and we were so behind and everything. So, fine day. I got those planted. I can just envision how beautiful they're going to be. We had this delicious meal. Lettuce and onions, some people call it. We call it Kilt lettuce. Like our first mess of that of the year. Wasn't that good?
Oh, yeah.
Gonna have to have some more lettuce growing though.
I noticed I ain't got much.
I planted some, but it's just sparse coming up. So I don't know if I need to plant it again, or maybe this rain will really make it come out.
I hope so. 4 or 5 years ago, we had so much you couldn't eat it.
Well, we usually do every year,
Yeah.
but somehow this year, I don't know. And maybe I need to go out there today and plant some more. I might need to do that.
What you should have been planting instead of flowers.
I know. But I do have a big row of Jericho out there. It's just that it's only come up and here and there. I've got one leaf about that big, and the rest of it's just teeny tiny. So maybe I need to do it again. We'd take some back down there in the where we were at, where we planted, but we planted those beets in there. And now that I think about that, I was stomping all over them, but maybe it won't hurt them. They haven't come up yet.
Hope not.
Well, we sure do appreciate it when you stop by to help us celebrate Appalachia, and we hope you'll keep dropping back by for more traditional food like the Kilt lettuce, but also to see my flowers that we have planted with abandon. Not really, considering the gazinias, but all those others, the seeds, we just threw them out. I think they'll turn out good, don't you?
Yeah.